G'day, Steve here, woodworking masterclass, and you caught me filling up my glue pot. So wait a minute, I'll just put that down there, and then I can say hi to everyone. Oh, we're in a schmozzle here, but anyway, welcome. As I said, I'm Steve Hay. This is Woodworking Masterclass live stream, and we have Cape 6, and yeah, peer racing. Ah, there you go. Best diamond sharpening stone, DMT, without a doubt. There you go. If that's the hardest question I get all day, I'm going to be happy. No, like DMT, they're the dearest, but I reckon they're the best. So I think I've got one here. Weight 1. Let me have a look. There you go. I was using it yesterday. Two grades, that's fine. That's a medium. There is, that's a blue tab there. Where? There. That's medium. Red tab is fine. And a green tab, I believe, is coarse, but I don't use those. I used this for sharpening some forstner bits yesterday. I'll show you for why. Who have we got just coming? James! Oh dear. Lovely to have you. And Duck, mate, you should be here. You'd love this weather. It's raining outside, pouring. Actually, I'm all wet and where my hair used to be. But anyway, as I said, this is Woodworking Masterclass. Welcome. Got a plethora of projects I want to start. Possibly won't get finished. We'll see how we go. But, before I start, big shout out to the guys at DJI Store in Carindale in Brisbane. I had problems with my drone. This has got nothing to do with wood. Well, it has got something to do with woodwork. I've got a Mavic Platinum Pro, which I take out when we go out to the bush. What camera am I on? There you go. When we go out to the bush, so I can film bits and pieces as we go. And the phone, with my eyesight, wasn't the best, so I went and bought a Galaxy Tab 8-inch, Tab A I think they're called, and I plugged it in, it worked. Oh, marvellous. Then I plugged it in again, it didn't work. And I plugged it in again and it didn't work. And I changed cables and it didn't work. And I changed cables again and it didn't work. And I plugged it in again and it worked. And then I plugged it in again and it didn't work. And oh, this is over 2 days. I was getting a tad frustrated. So I took it up to the good people at DJI Store in Carindale, and I promised I'd give them a plug, so there you go. Anthony, and I'm sorry I don't know your other guys' names up there, but they are so helpful. I don't know if it's because I look old and pathetic, and it's sad that an old man like me's got a drone, but they just couldn't help me enough. I was up there on Thursday because I was out at Theo's doing some more on this, which I'll tell you about, and the guy was most helpful. And then when I went and bought this screen, I went back yesterday, and it was half an hour before they closed, and they worked with me after they closed. So big thumbs up and huge bouquets too. The guys at the DJI Store in Carindale, thank you, one and all. So yeah, I use the drone when we go out west, and it wasn't until I upgraded from the phone, I thought, what did I pay this money for this? It's a waste of time. But once I got the bigger screen, oh, it's just awesome. The only thing I could buy from them was a lens cap, which again is a neat little thing that stops the sun glare from getting in when you're filming. So hopefully in the next month or so, or 6 weeks, I want to get back out in the bush, and I'll give you some drone footage. I've got some drone footage of my yard and that, but that's on a different computer. So it's all good fun. Bandsaw, thank you, welcome. Jacob, hi. I can't use my saw because this rain, I'm using hand saw, which is great. I was up on the roof doing some roofing And my wife told me to get down, and the concession I made was I used a battery saw instead of a power saw. But I know what you mean. Isn't it great to get back into hand tools though? I love it. I love it. LB Bear, hello from Denver, Colorado. Well, right back at you from Brisbane, Australia, mate. James, dang, didn't get a notification. Oh, no, mate, it's going well. I'm the one that's slack. I had things to do, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today because of whatever. And last week, I apologise. I apologise profusely. Because on Monday I said I'll do at least 2 more streams during the week. Oh, what a week I had! Let me tell you. Tuesday, I thought, I might do a little stream. 7 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call. Oh, g'day, mate. This is such and such. I've come to put the solar on your roof. Excuse me? Mate, I've come to put the solar panels because we're getting new 22 panels or something on the roof. I said, where are you? He said, I'm at the front gate. I said, mate, you're meant to tell me, give me advance warning because I've got to paint my roof before I can put the panels up. So anyway, they came and they did what they could do without putting the panels up. And Tuesday and Wednesday, I painted not the entire roof, but most of it. And it was 40 degrees. And I tell you what, I have done worse things. I can't remember what they are at the moment, but I'm sure I have. That would be in the top 3. If I could remember the other 2. It was hell on the roof. I got one of those camel packs. You seen those water bottle things that go on your back and then you get a tube that goes into your mouth? A bit like an IV. And I bought one of those. 3 litres it holds of, I had water in the fridge, so 3 litres of cold water, went through 2 of them. It's just amazing. And then I came down and the next day I had to get up and put another coat on. But anyway, it's ready, so they can come and install today, but they can't because it's raining. Go figure. Don't you love Australia? Terrific. Okay, so that took Tuesday and Wednesday, so I couldn't stream. And then Thursday, went up to Theo's, and what we did, where was it? Was it Delta Tango? Delta, where are you? Offered the suggestion, what we did the week before was, with the CNC machine, put in this triple clef. And I'm going to fill that with epoxy and then brass filing, so that it'll come up like metallic. And this and this and this and this joint are all mortise and tenon. These joints are butt joints. And my idea was to put butterfly joints in the back with a different coloured timber. And then Delta Tango said, why don't you put some notes in? So we had a look at the CNC and we got these, I don't know what those are, a semi-quaver and a double crotchet or something or other, and put those in. So I'm going to fill those with resin, which will then give me, I'm hoping, so you can see my facial expression, I'm hoping that will give me strength on those joints. And then on the back, I still will put bow tie joints. So I don't know if we'll do that today because it's raining and they tell me it's not good to play with resin when it's raining. So anyway, where's that go? We might or we might not. This, remember last week on the stream I made, where is it? Oh, boy dear. I made this sanding jig. This is for the posts on the bed, right? The bed posts, the famous hummingbird bed. And I am not a good enough wood turner to get that totally round and parallel. So I got it close enough, and then I made this jig up out of abrasive paper, bit of stormwater pipe and what have you. And when it's spinning in the lathe, I just push that on there and it makes it parallel and perfect. And then I tried a technique for veneering that I haven't used for years. In fact, I'd forgotten about it until I read a book and I thought, oh, that's right. And so this is plywood underneath here. All right, this is just plywood. And now I've veneered this New Guinea rosewood veneer on the top. with the grain going straight up and down, because what I want to do is, if I've got some here, I'm sure I do, there we go, is using the same technique as, oh, crikey, that's heavy. Let's putting this on. I want to wrap this veneer around it. So that'll go there, and then another sheet will go in the next to it. So the whole post will be covered in ebony veneer. And then I'm going to inlay hummingbirds. Oh, I got a beautiful book the other day on hummingbirds, which I left in the house. But anyway, this technique, I will actually do a video of me doing it, and it's brilliant. What it is, in essence, whatever substrate you're using, you coat it in, this case I used, hang on, let me put my glue pot back on so I can have some glue. I used Tight Bond 2, which is, wait a minute, let's get this gunk out of here. Okay, this is hide glue that I make from scratch. Well, I don't actually skin the cows, but it's as opposed to the bottle stuff. Not a fan of the bottle stuff. I've used it, but I think it takes too long to dry for my liking. So this is Tight Bond 2. And what I did, I mixed it with, maybe 10 or 20% water, so I got a nice viscous, more like if you get a bottle of cream, you know, thickened cream, pouring cream, that consistency. And then I painted the substrate, this thing, with that and let it dry, and then gave it another coat and let it dry. And then I also gave 2 coats to this veneer and let it dry. Now, I let it dry for about 24 hours. In all honesty, I think 3 hours would be better because it would still be a little bit tacky. And then I had this in the lathe, put the veneer sheet on there, and then got a hot iron. Not your wife's good one, just a cruddy old steam iron, but without water. I don't want water in there, I just want the heat. And then I ironed with a fair amount of pressure along there like that, transferring heat, which melted the glue and got it gummed together. Once I had that piece secure along the top, then it was just a question of slowly rolling it in the lathe and running the iron up and down. And look, I've got a really nice, tight finish on that. There's a couple of bubbles, oh, that was not too bad, up this end, but I'm not concerned. Here you go. It's a bit ratty on this end here, but I'm not worried about that. From here on, it's firm. And the reason I'm not worried about that is that's going to be turned down, and I'm going to put a spigot on that so it'll fit into a socket to become part of the bed. So what I want to do maybe today is with hide glue, do the same thing. I'm going to use hide glue, not the Tight Bond for the top veneer. Couple of reasons. One is I don't think it warrants it, and if I want to remove it, I can't do it very easily with this, whereas hide glue I apply heat and I can remove the veneer, which is not a problem. And the other thing is, because I'm going to be doing marquetry on it, which is inlay, if you're doing marquetry on hide glue, the background comes away a heck of a lot easier than if you're using a PVA. So that's the other reason. So we might get to put glue on that and glue on the veneer later on. Oh, and then I got into making rolling pins. I know I was talking about a rocking chair, and I'll give you the rocking chair. Here, I picked this up, $35, because the seat's broken. It's got no seat. So 35 bucks, I thought I'll have that and I'll do that up, and that can be Susie's Christmas present. No, birthday present. And she's happy with that. So I'll get back to that in a minute. Hang on, let me have a chat. Where are we? Do I use air tools? Yes, I do. I'm just trying to think which ones. Not so much now with furniture making, but I do with mechanics. I've got air ratchet, a rattle gun, something else up there that I know I've got that I use air on. I used to use air sanders, but quite frankly, they're a bit too tough on your compressor. Now they've got really nice sanders around nowadays, but I love air. I do. This compressor was playing up, but it seems to be behaving itself now, so that's good. Oh dear, where are we going up to? Glad staying busy, better than, oh mate, never get, but yes, the bed, it's getting done, Duck, it's getting done. So, but good. Mate, we'll just concentrate on the good. What year? God, this year. How do you like them apples? This year. I'm all enthused. No, Max, hey, mate, no, it's raining. Bob's inside. He's bludgered last time I left. When I left up there, he was trying to bludge a hot cross bun off of Susie. Oh, dear. Is that a piece of Theo's? No, it's not. Which bit? This bit or this bit? Because they're both mine. See? There you go. Oh, shock horror, I can turn. This, I got to tell you, this is something that I will do a video on, and I love it. Just check it out. Okay, where are we? Wrong one, you idiot. There you go. Here we go. All right. What do you reckon it is? Go on, throw some thoughts in. I'll give you the answer in a couple of minutes. I just want to see if anyone can get it. Came to me, honestly, it came to me in a dream. Am I out or is that out? No, that's, am I standing? I am. My camera's out again. Only by a smidge. No, that'll do. Oh dear. How is that? Theo's good. As I said, I went out to his place on Thursday and we did CNC. And he might come and do a celebrity spot. There you go, we'll see. And I made a rolling pin. Never made a rolling pin before. That was fun. I was bored. See? And I thought I'll make a rolling pin. I'm quite happy with it actually. It's Coachwood. Quite nice. My idea too, here's another idea. With the rolling pin, I thought if you cut out a section and then you glued in a photo or a piece of fabric or whatever, and then epoxy over the top, then turn it, how's that for a customised rolling pin? Or you could, if you're clever enough on the CNC, you could put a name in there and then paint it and then epoxy over it. Personalised husband trainer. There you go. You're very close, Max. You're very close. And so are you, James. But no, actually, ravioli. A ravioli roller. So you put your pasta down there and you roll it up like that and you get these little indentations. You put your filling in there, put the pasta over the top, roll it again, all the filling and pasta blister up into these holes. Then you cut it with a wavy cutter. I was going to make a square one because there's this guy on YouTube, I've forgotten his name, and I saw it and I thought, I'm going to make one of those. And then another guy put a video up of him trying to make one, but he did it a different way and stuffed it up. But in stuffing it up, he gave me another idea, which I think is absolutely awesome. So we'll do that. We'll do that as well. Hey, Lucas, how are you? Lovely to have you back in the shed. Yeah, I reckon it is. A spaghetti roller, pretty close. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I don't know about the handles. The handles took more time to put on than actually making the thing, so I might just not do the handles and then you can just roll it like that. So there you go, a ravioli roller. And a rolling pin. I do love it. I'll give them a plug. I've got a record Coronet Herald lathe. It is, I just love it. So much fun. Oh, and just got this box the other day from Starbond. Super glues. I haven't used them yet. I shall soon. But they're all different. It's just a little product box they put together and wanted to know if I'd like to try it. And I said I certainly will. And I'll let them know. The good thing I do like about it is normally I'm just buying that generic stuff from the dollar stores, but this is different consistencies. This is a thin one. That's a medium. That's a medium coloured one, brown, and a thick black one, and an accelerant. So I think great idea. I use the thick black one for sure when I'm doing the ebony. So thank you guys at Starbond. 2 thumbs up. I'll use it and I'll send you an email and let you know what I think and give you a copy of the video. So there we go. I'm getting through this stuff. Oh, that's, yeah, after I did that, this big one for the bedposts, I thought, wow, whoops, that worked. So I made 2 smaller ones. I can't find the other one. But for rolling pins, same principle. And if you didn't see the last stream, check it out. I'll show you how to make them. I'll actually do a standalone video and make one because there's a couple more I want to make. So this one's 60 millimetres. And it, whoops, just fits the rolling pin nicely. And I'm going to have to make one at 70 for the ravioli rolls because that's a little bit too big. So I'll have a full set. And if you're not brilliant at turning and getting things parallel, I've got to tell you, they make life so much easier. And yeah, this is, I think I'm putting 60 grit into this. I haven't worked out, and that's 40 grit, which I've got in the other one, so we'll stick that down there. I was going to do a conversion of a pressure pot for casting, but I'm still waiting for some valves to turn up. So that will be a little bit later in the week. Oh, check this out. I found this. I know I haven't done any woodwork, have I? Chevrolet Diesel, hey, welcome. Bye, Bosal. How do I turn this on? Yeah, I just got to show you. You know how when you're on Facebook, they keep on, yeah, go to Marketplace, check this out, do this. And this was on Marketplace. And I thought, will that make the bed look pretty squish or what? So cop this. That's the chair. That's that timber on the floor, by the way, is part of the bed as well. But that chair is going to go in the bedroom with the big bed. So Susie's already claimed it. She's called it her throne, and she will hold court on it, I'm sure. Okay. Let's have a look at this rocking chair. Don't need that. I've got the videos of the CNC stuff, which I will also upload. Oh, there's mum's list. I'm pleased I'm not using a GoPro. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? $35. I tell you, well, Susie was excited. She loves rocking chairs. All right, now let me see if we can pull this seat swab out. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Max, but you keep your... Mate, you should come up here. You'd love it. You will. My guess is by the screws and the finish on this chair, it was made in the 1970s. Ooh. I just want to check something in a minute because I think it's got shellac on it. If that's the case, I can rub it back and completely restore it. Okay. It's going to be interesting how to get these ones out. Okie dokie. That might call for a manual one. Little stubby Phillips head. There we go. There we go. What I love about, I mean, this is an antique for sure. It's only, what, not even 50 years old. But the thing I do love about this is you can pull it apart, whereas all the new furniture, it's all stapled together and glued. And once it's gone, whereas this is all screwed together, which makes it much nicer to work on. Let me just get a little bit of steel wool. And I thought I had some metho in there, I haven't. Wait a minute. Let me go and get some. I've got a drum over here. Whoa. Okay, that looks. Whoa. And if this comes off, I'm going to be pretty happy chappy. I'll do it where you can't see. Oh no, it might be a nitro. What I'm doing is just trying to test the finish on it. I can find a rag. No, I reckon that's shellac, because I've ripped the finish off it, which is good. Been better if I got, oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's gonna come up an absolute treat. So what I will do is eventually, I think I'll pull it all the bits, but I'll get the seat fixed first. We'll try and work out how to fix the seat. And I can pull that all apart, rub it all back and give it a nice stain, and it'll be good. Oh. Hey, Mum's good. Duck, thank you. I'm good, thanks, Stephen. Yeah, that's true. Using original, I'll use the original cordless screwdriver. I would, only it's gone tadas. Here you go. It's the original cordless screwdriver, but I don't know if I've got the right size bit for it. No, I haven't got the Phillips head bit for it. It's in the other screwdriver, which I don't exactly know where it is. It should be hanging up on the wall there with that one. But evidently it's not. I'll see if this one will work. It might fit in. Let's see. Yeah. No. No. Nah. If I had the Phillips head bit, I'd use it. But it's gonna. There's a number of times you'd be making a table or something or other, and those days before Phillips head screws, you had these slot screws, and you'd be using this rotten thing, and it would slip out and whoop straight across your job and ruin it. Oh. So I don't know where that other. I'm going to have a tidy up. I keep saying that, don't I? Here we go. All right. I'll just, for my own amusement, I'll rub this finish off here so you can see. It says glossy there. Well, yeah, this is DAA, or if you can't get that, metho. And then you give it a good rub. Worst case scenario, if this was nitro or Estopol or some other thing other than spirit-based finish, check it on a small area, but it's my opinion that you won't do any harm, but what you will do is you'll remove all the sweat and dirt and muck that has built up over the years just by using very fine steel wool. This is Libron 4.0 steel wool and DAA. And I know you can't feel it, but you have to take my word for it. It just makes it feel so nice and smooth. And just gets all the gunk off. So even if I did that over the entire thing and then put a nice wax finish on it, it's all right, but it really is sticky to the touch, which makes me believe that it's a spirit-based finish. And in that case, I can finish it with de-wax blonde or normal shellac. It doesn't really matter. Let me just do around the edges, then I've done it. Yeah, you got a rocking chair to fix too? Oh dear. How do you get rid of woodworm? As a friend of mine has a very special chest of drawers with a roll top desk. A good way, if you don't want to burn it, is get a big plastic bag, put it in there and empty a couple of tins of Peebo or something like that in it, or Mortine, and just leave it for a month. That generally fixes them up. And then take it out and leave it for another couple of weeks and just make sure that you don't get any of the little sawdust trails that the woodworm leave. If you do it again. That's the best thing. I've done antique chairs and same thing, that a bit of woodworm in the leg. I just used to put them into a big plastic bag and hit them with the old Peebo, and it generally would fix them up. Or there might be other chemicals on the market now that's good for woodworm. I don't know. All right. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. It's quite nice. Ah. I'm just catching up. Where am I up to? I just finished cleaning and putting back together one of the screws. Oh, they're good, Duck. Yeah, they are. I must admit, I've never pulled it apart before. Spice rack. Got a video on making a spice rack. If you check it out, I don't know, someone will find it. Yeah, just put in Woodworking Masterclass Spice Rack. And yeah, I think it might have been a joint stream I did with Theo. I made that. What have I done? I've lost everything. Wait a minute. I hate it when that happens. I hit the mouse when I wasn't meant to. Memories of days gone by, and the pilot hole maker, if memory serves. These, what are we talking about? These are the pilot hole things I like using, but they're, well, I won't say new, they're at least 20 years old. These things here. When you push down, it's spring loaded, you push down, the drill comes out, and there's your pilot hole, nicely centred. Oh, you thought that was a spice rack? Oh, I suppose it could be if you put a thread in there. Why not? Hey, Reginald, how you going, mate? How much for a coffin for my missus? She's 5 foot. Well, there you go. I don't know. I haven't, that's one thing. I've made pet coffins before. I've never made a human coffin before. What would be the best way to practice dovetail angles? Just practice. You want me to do one? Hang on, let me see if I can find something. It depends. I've had this discussion before. If the dovetails are going to be seen, I always use a jig. If they're not going to be seen, just do them freehand. Doesn't matter. I'm looking for a bit of... Oh, what have we got here? Here you go. What's that? That's... I don't know what that is. Oh, here you go. Oh. True that up. Now, there's two schools of thoughts with dovetailing. I'm off the chair for a second. I'm just going to talk dovetails. People sometimes tilt. So we'll get a close-up on that. How do I do that? I'll turn this one around. That's what I'll do. Here you go. Some people tilt their stock in the vice, so then they're just soaring downhill at 90 degrees. I particularly don't like that because I think, number one, it creates a bad habit and you're not really getting the muscle memory you need, whereas if you, let's draw some, if you hold it at an angle, how many dovetails are we going to put in there? 1, 2, 3, okay, we'll do 3. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now this is real rough. But if you set them out like that, then work out how far down you want to go. Because I'm not making them for any particular reason, I'll go about there. Put your marks in. And then you decide if it is whatever angle you like. And afterwards, look, dovetail angles, oh, excuse me, my pants are falling down. It's ridiculous, really, because I'm eating like a horse. The rule of thumb is, crikey, what is it? 6 by 1 is in soft timber, or an 8x1, 8-in-1 is on hard timber. But a lot of times if you're using dovetails, you're using them aesthetically as well as functionally, and they don't match. I've got a Jarrah table, which should have been an 8-in-1, and it looked horrible, so I did a 7-in-1, which you don't think makes too much difference, but it does. My favourite for doing stock furniture, I don't like a 6-in-1, I use a 5¼ because I think it makes a more bolder statement. So the angle is really arbitrary to your needs. The only reason we go 6 and 8 is because I started making jigs. So just get your saw and think, oh, what looks nice? Basically it. And then hold that angle. Here's a good trip to when doing dovetails, because I can't see in front of me. Hang on, I'll just find here we go, masking tape. Where you've got your line that I've marked there, you can just see there and there. In this light and with these glasses, I can't see it. So what I do is put a bit of masking tape, just about cut that line in half. With the masking tape. So then, when you're cutting, you can actually see it. Okay, so there's that. I've roughly marked those out. So we've got 3 tails. And what we'll do, put it in here. And I'll give a big rap, Anthony, if you're watching. The saw I'll do 3 cuts with this, and I'll do 3 cuts with a Japanese saw, if I can find one. Oh, there it is. The thing I like about the Lee Nelson tapered dovetail saw is if you have a close look, it's thicker at this end than that end. That means when you're sawing, and you're sawing parallel to your job, you're cutting deeper on the edge closest to you, because sometimes, if that's the same width all the way along, so like this Pax one, and you go a little bit, you've got a little bit of a tilt on it, you'll find you'll go too deep on the outside, whereas with these being tapered, you don't. So just pick an angle you think's fair and slice away. Now, I'm down to the line on that one. Pick it up, hold that angle. Come over to the next one. Hold that angle, come over to the next one. And if you're unsure, go back into that one. Then after a while, your body just develops a muscle memory. Same. Coming back the other way. Work out what you think's a fair thing. Down to the line. Hold that angle. Didn't quite make it. Hold that angle, do the next one. Hold that angle, do the next one. Make sure you're level on that side. I'll see if I can bring this in closer. Oh dear. There you go. And then get a fret saw and just cut out the waste. I'm most likely missing the line here. No, I missed the line that way, but anyway. There you go, and then you just clean the insides out with a chisel. Which, if you want, I'll do that. If I can find a thin enough chisel. Okay, they're not perfectly spaced apart, but close enough. No jigs required. So if I was putting that and you wouldn't see that, I'd use that. That would be fine. So I hope that helps, Kyle. And the other thing, of course, you mentioned how do you practice? That's the big one, practice. Oh, Carl, good, thank you. Got that right. Yeah, I forget what it was. Oh, using the skew chisel on a lathe. Oh, I wouldn't say I was expert by any means, but I'm passable now. But it was 2 weeks of just going down there ruining timber. And that's what it was ruining timber. Yes, swearing. Yes, occasionally throwing things. And just practice, 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 practice. Then all of a sudden, you do it and you go, well, that's easy. Why couldn't I do that before? That's easy. And then you get people coming, oh, you're lucky you know how to do that. Yeah, well, practice. And practice is sometimes boring. The other thing, if you're trying something new, it's always great to have a project that you want to try something new on because it motivates you to practice so you can work on the project. Yes, like the bed. Oh, yeah. Oh dear. All right. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Hey, T-Bone. Yeah, that's it, mate. Same with music, isn't it? Just practice, practice, practice. Now, what's happened with this is the frame has all been split. You can see it's been broken away here and here. So what would have happened, and you can see it's broken in here, that's meant to have a nice clear slot all the way around it. But as you can see, it's all been snapped away. So, and this is live, folks. I haven't worked out how to do it, so I'm going to have to think for a little bit. Get that bit out of there first. For that, I'm not going to use me good chisels. Oh dear. Use these and whatever. Have a look, see. Plinter. You get different size cane to put it in. That's what I'm just digging out here. Let's go, there you go. So I want to keep that as a reference because, sorry if that landed on your lounge room floor. Then I can, when I order the cane, what every good person, everyone carries a pair of verniers in their pocket, don't they? Okay, that's 5 mil. Now the other thing is, it depends what size router bit I've got, because I'm going to have to route a 5 mil slot around here. So let's just clean all this stuff out here. Here's a bit of something to put that on. Might be nice. Look at that. Pot can. not pod, pot. It's on a glue pot. I just had my son spelling Menage for my shirt. Menage. Okay, more practice means... Oh! More practice means more figuring out things, and more you figure things out, the better you... Look, honestly, I know I'm going to rave on about this all morning, but this, literally, I went to sleep last night and I was thinking about this one this chap made, and I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. I wouldn't do it that way, I'd do this. And then when I woke up, I thought, well, why not do one with holes in it? This was my third attempt, and I said this is important that kids, when I say kids, anyone younger than me, don't understand. They want to do something and it's got to be done right and it has to work first time. Not the case. First one of these, holes were too big, it fell apart. Second one of these, I put it on the lathe, it exploded. This was the third attempt and I've still got room for improvement. But you've got to keep practicing. This took me all day. Well, when did I start? I started this at, it would have been 9 o'clock. And I finished at 2:30. So they have 5.5 hours to do that. And the way I made it, I now look and I'll go, okay, I'll do that. That's going to make it a lot easier. That's going to cut the time out. And then I thought, well, I'll make one of those sanding things to help. So yeah, you just got to allow yourself to fail, because failure is what gets you good at things. If you were good at it, well, what's the point if you went out and played golf and you went around subpar every round? I actually played golf with a guy like this. It was the most boring. He was the club champion. And you'd tee off, there'd be no banter, there'd be no talking, and he'd smack, boom, and it'd land on the same blade of grass it landed on last week. And he'll take the same club, whoop, up it goes, lands on the same spot that it did the week before. Just no, whereas me, I get to see the whole golf course. I get to see places the golf course greenkeepers never get to see. It's in the trees, it's in the water, it hasn't come down yet. Oh dear. Yeah, shush. Shush, compressor. Yeah, Sue said it was interesting watching me turn eggs, which is what I basically practice using this cube for. She said, all of a sudden, the shed door would open and an egg would come flying out, or a piece of timber. Then it would slam, and then there'd be some rude words. And 5 minutes later, the door would open, another huge bit of timber would come flying out. That went on for quite some time. But eventually I got to the stage where okay, I know what I'm doing now. I think if you can just check that impulse to cut it up, throw it in the bin, and just look at it as a learning experience. Yeah. But we're not, we're human, which is a good thing. Where are we going? No, that one I've got. There we go. I'm just cleaning all this muck out of here at the moment. I guess I really should be using a screwdriver instead of a chisel. But where's me air? Oh. Oh, that was something too when I was painting my roof. I was using a spray gun, not an airless, because I don't have an airless, and they were $400 to rent for 4 hours. I thought, no, that's silly. But all of a sudden the spray gun was going really, really strange. Couldn't figure it out, and I thought, oh, the regulator's gone, this, that, and the other. And what it was, what am I on? That's the one I want. And what it was the coupling on the end of the hose had actually malfunctioned. So I was really pleased about it. $14 and I was back in business. I thought, oh no, spray gun's gone and this is gone and this. Everyone's conspiring against me. You know how it goes. But it wasn't. It was just a crook connector. Okay. I don't like doing it that way because if I slip, I'm gonna... That's safer. Okay. So I'm just thinking if that's 5mm round, that's got to be about 5mm deep. Or a bit deeper perhaps. Okay, 7mm deep. What are we up to? Anyone know about capacitors? Oh yeah, I know about capacitors. You touch them, they give you one heck of a shock. I had to replace two in a saw, and I shorted one out with my hand, and I thought, oh, that's done that, and I grabbed the other one. I copped another blast up the fingers for my effort. Oh dear. Oh, that's deep. Oh, well, you don't want it exploding on you. I'm just up to where Tommy said he always keeps the calipers in his pocket. I don't smoke, but I always have a cigarette lighter in my pocket. I was in a place the other day and this lady was moving and she had all this netting. Actually, it was where I got that chair from that I showed you earlier on, the big gold one. It was a prop in a photographic studio. And she was moving, so she had to get rid of some of the stuff. And she had all this organza hanging down from the ceiling, like netting. And this guy comes, oh, when are you going to take that in? You're going to remove that? So I pulled my cigarette lighter out and went, not a problem, let's do it now. Oh, that doesn't work. How come it works with the other hand? So no, look, just pocket knife, cigarette lighter and measuring tape I try to have on me all the time. You never know when you're going to need it. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the digital calipers. I have got a set up in the top shed. But, I don't know, I guess I grew up using the non-digital ones. I like dial ones, but digital ones, the only thing I don't like with digital ones is a lot of times you've got to keep on zeroing them. Or in my case, I forget to turn them off and they get a flat battery and then when I go and use it, it doesn't work. Oh, okay, I got you now. I thought he was writing down and you said shirt and he spelt it M-E-N-A. So Menards is where you're working. Got you now. Something ever works right the first time. Yeah, I'm a bit like you on that one, James. Yeah, that worked. Oh, what did I do wrong? Hey, Randy, how are you? Yeah, I was one running late. I'm just reading about the capacitors. Hey, Louise, you getting some of this lovely rain? It's good, isn't it? All right, now, I'm going to see if I've got router bit to clean this up with. I know what I'm looking for if I've got one. I've got one, but I don't know. That might do the trick. Might do the trick. A bearing rebate cutter. That's this little sausage here. So I'm hoping it's going to be big enough. Yeah, isn't it nice? Can't get any work done. Okay, actually, that will do justly fine, I think. Although, I don't know. Where is my little router? Oh dear. Let's try this one. I don't know if this is going to play the game or not. No, 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 no. I reckon that one might be all right. And of course I don't have the spanners here for it, which doesn't surprise me in the least. That should work. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, why me? They're up in the other shed, aren't they? They are. Excuse me, talk among yourself, play I spy. I've just got to go and get my spanners from up the other shed. And guess what? They're actually hanging up on the wall where they were meant to be. What does that mean? That means the grandchildren haven't been up there. That's weird, why doesn't that fit? This is most peculiar. That's meant to fit that one. But it doesn't. I'm going to have one of those days today. Things that work but don't work. That is odd. All right, I'll do that a bit later on then. We'll cut some timber out for it to start with. There's always something to do here, isn't there? Doesn't matter, oh, that doesn't work, oh, that's all right, we'll move on to something else. And eventually everything will get done. Okay, so let's get some, this looks about the right thickness, maybe, plywood. That is good enough. Pencil. Pencil, pencil, pencil. The other thing I'm looking for is rain to stop so I can get this jolly bench thing out of the way and finished. This up on the bandsaw. What I'm actually doing is going to replace, I'll use this one, replace the timber that's been ripped out and then recut some grooves. Okay. I mentioned I bought some new sandpaper the other day. Put in that sandpaper rack I made. Yeah, I do that in a lot of cases, James, but in this case I didn't. Where I do find it handy, definitely, is on hand angle grinders, where you're forever changing wheels. And I've got my spanner zip tied to that. Now I'm guessing on this, okay? So if I cut that out there, I wonder if, no, that's not going to work. This is why it's so nice to have scrap lying around the place. Okay, let me try that. And there was a time when I need some screws, so I'll go up, drive up the hardware shop, then come back, I need some nails, drive back up the hardware shop. Spent my whole time just driving. But now I've got quite a nice reservoir over time of spare nuts and bolts and bits and pieces. I'll just take that off. It's so nice to know. So I was in Bunnings the other day, which is a big box hardware, you know, like Lowe's and Home Depot, with Anthony, and they had a throw-out bin there, and there was just rubbish in there, 50 cents and $1, and so I bought about $10 worth of stuff. He said, "What did you buy that for? Are you going to use it?" I said, "No." He said, "What did you buy it?" I said, "Because I can guarantee down the track something's going to come up and I go, oh, I wish I had a such and such. Oh, I wish I had that." And you've got it. And then when you shuffle off, your kids come along and go, "What's he got all this rubbish for?" And they throw it all away. And then years later, guess what? They come back and go, "Oh, Dad had one of those, but I threw it away." I've still got my dad's bits and pieces box, and he was a yachtsman. And there's so much good stainless steel in there. It's just nice to go there. Thinking of you, Dad. Still using your stuff. Okay, I might just change that to this now. Now I can go all the way around. And I'm just wondering, that might do. All right. I'll go and cut this on the bandsaw. I'll take you over there and we'll see how we go. I don't know, but I'm hoping that this bit here will fit into there with not too much adjustment being required. Let's go, there you go, we'll go over to the bandsaw. I haven't changed that camera yet, have I? Oh, I shall. As you can tell, I was cutting PVC pipe on this last. And I've got the wrong blade in here. I should be using the little record power bandsaw, but this will do. Okay, see if this fits or not. Okay, that will do there, that'll do there, that's too short there. Oh, I think I messed that up. Not by much. Just Just got to bring this out about an inch there. So. Okay, we'll freehand that. Right, have another shot. All right, so that's good there, that's good there. Just knock that bit off there. So this is going to get routed out, so it doesn't have to be a perfect fit on the inside, but I do have to have it reasonably tight. Let me use this smoke shave. Okay, that's good there. So from here to here, I'm going to have to guess this because I can't quite see what's happening underneath. I'm going to trim that off. What's happening? Hard to be a hoarder. Oh, hard not to be a hoarder. I'm with you, James. Yeah, I love it. There was something I had the other day and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go and get a couple more of those. Oh, they haven't made those for 20 years. Oh, what? Oh, all right, that's reminding me I want to glue up that thing, or cut this and see how close we are. I'll cut fat of the line, then I can trim it down. If you're right, T-Bone. Hey, mate, if people get stuff from me and sort stuff out on my stream, I am more than happy to accommodate it. James, I'm a machinist and self-fabricator, but work here is for woodworkers. No, it's not. We do everything. I do blacksmithing, I do welding, I do cars, all sorts of stuff. It's all to do with using your hands, mate. That's the best one. That's what I want, that one there. I was going to have a rant too. I I was so cranky the other day. Oh, what is it with people and computers? Honestly. I'm thinking. So, no, I took some stuff back to my local library, and I thought I had a particular title, and it came back, no, that one's still on your library card. So I said to the person at the front desk, I said, look, could you please just check to see that the, I get a lot of CDs, because I like, when I'm driving, I like listening to stories, and at night time it helps me go to sleep. Could you just check to make sure what MP3s I bought back or CDs I bought back? Oh, she said, yeah, well, this is still outstanding. I said, no, I know it's still outstanding. That's why I want to see, could you please check, got to get some water now, what CDs I bought back. Oh, no, well, the computer checked them in. Ah! Oh, I really do have to tidy this up. Wait a minute. So, anyway, now the computer will check it in. So, yeah, I understand that. But could you please have a look at the CDs that are in the case? Oh, no, the computer would tell if there's anything wrong. So, yeah, okay, I understand that. Would you mind looking to make sure the right CD is in the right case? Oh, goodness. Oh, no, the computer would let us know if it isn't. Oh. And anyway, I went to stand at the door and said, could you just, oh, excuse me, you're not allowed in here. I mean, like it's a library, come on. I said, I'm not in here, I'm standing at the door. Could you just please have a look inside the case to see which video came back? So finally, after 15 minutes, she opens it up, and yes, it was the right CD for the case, and I had misplaced this other DVD or CD, which, in actual fact, when I went back to the car, it slipped down beside the seat of the car, so it was there. So that's not a problem. But the whole thing is, how hard was it have been to go, oh yeah, okay, oh no, look, that's the same. Instead of arguing with me and telling me how clever the computer is. Anyway, so I went and got the one that I've been trying to put back in and find out what I've done. And I stuck it in, and this scanner goes, title unknown. So I went back up to the counter and I said, excuse me, I just returned the book, but it's come up titled unknown. Oh yes, well that happens sometimes. This is the same girl I was talking to 2 minutes earlier. Oh, it happens, but then we manually have to open it to make sure it's the right CD. Oh! But then you meet good people like I did yesterday at DJI at Carindale, and it restores my faith in human nature. But it's just so reliant on, oh no, the computer can't get it wrong. How many times have you been to the bank and you've counted that coin and you know exactly how much is there? You counted it 8 times, you put it in, and then that coin counter shortchanges you. I got shortchanged 60 cents on a bag of 50-cent pieces. Go figure that one out. Oh no, the computer's never wrong. I had that in the bank too. Oh, I'm on a roll now. And the lady came up to me and I said, no, I don't trust those things. Oh, she said they're never wrong. They never make a mistake. Here, I'll show you. And I had a fair amount of coin, and she put it in and it kept on spitting out 20-cent pieces saying they weren't real coins. I said, look, you told me that doesn't make a mistake. What's wrong with that 20-cent piece? Oh, that's all right. We'll put it in again. We put it in again. It spat it out again. So we put it in a third time and accepted it. Oh, the computer knows what it's doing. A teller would have gone, oh, that's a 20-cent piece. Oh. And don't get caught up on that rubbish is there for your convenience. Absolute poppycock. Nothing to do with your convenience at all. All right, I'm back to woodwork now. Mate, that's true, that's true. The trouble is, how do you learn if you don't ask questions? But the trouble I find is I ask myself questions. Well, if I didn't know the answer to start with, why would I ask myself? And I get answers, and they're generally not right. Does the glue pot have a lid? No. No, they don't have lids. They just, there, that's, oh, you idiot, that was full of green stuff. Hang on, I'll get a rag now. Where'd my rag go? Oh, ask me if I'm having a good morning. What I do, if you're wondering what that green stuff is, it's actually radiator inhibitor. I put it in there because it stops the rust from forming on the inside, because the downside with these glue pots, obviously being cast iron, is they rust. And where did I put my rag? Oh, there we go. Oh, dear. And the other thing, which is quite nice, because the radiator inhibitor also raises the temperature that water boils at, you don't get cavitation. So I can still get 100 degrees, but it doesn't bubble. And in a lot of cases, it's the bubbling and the cavitation which causes the rust in the pockets and for you to get holes in the bottom of your glue pot. So that is a science lesson in itself, isn't it? Well, I think that rag's just about had it, so it can go there. That's the wrong one. Okay, from there to there. I do actually have a sanding wheel which I could do this on, but it is in a different shed. So I'll just use a spoke shave instead. And those of you that know me know it's an H&T Gordon spoke shave. Okay, I think that is a little bit on that corner. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay, so that fits in there nicely. So what I can do is just duplicate that on another piece. So I said it's always good to have spare bits of rubbish around. These I got offcuts from a plywood place. They obviously did a job and all these thin offcuts came off, and I think they gave them to me. And it's good birch ply, which I like using. It's just great to have around so you can, you know, do templates or whatever it is you need to do. I'm going to cut that off on the saw. Oh, that should. Hang on. Let's just double check. It's always good to double check. If it fits that side, it's got to fit that side. Yep, close enough. All right. Love a bandsaw with a foot brake. I reckon they're just the best. Whoops. There we go. Where are we at? Where are we up to? Hey Dennis, how are ya? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, it's funny, computers, they just, in a lot of cases, yeah, that's it, just restart and things tend to sort themselves out. We don't have to know why, we just have to know it does. Well, had a similar conversation with the police. Use the computer. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll help you. And boom, had to wait. I needed 2, 3, 1. Yep. It doesn't have a lid. I've never got one with a lid. I've got heaps of them. Mind you, if you do buy a glue pot and they don't know what it is, you can ask for a discount because it hasn't got a lid. Well, there you go. I'm a mechanic too, James, and that's what I learnt. Yeah, well, it's an inhibitor, which means it stops the scale and everything from building up, but the thing is, as well, I like, is lowers the, or increases the boiling point of water, which means you get the temperature without the bubbles and cavitation, which is good. Yeah, that's right. What was that friend of mine, Max? He calls it. It wasn't with a computer, but it was something. And I said, no, human error. Oh, he said, you mean technical glitch with the. Yeah, a technical glitch with the organic interface. Human error. I love that. Technical glitch with the organic interface. G'day, Angry. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Oh, that's good to hear, Dennis. Oh, good price. 15, 20 bucks. You pay upwards to $100, $110 for some of them over here in Australia. Now, where am I going? I'm just going to finish. No, not that one. Don't want that one. I want that one. I'll finish getting this close to the line. I'm often asked why you need two spoke shaves. A flat spoke shave will do flat surfaces and external curves like this one, and the curved convex sole spoke shave does concave surfaces. So there you go. It's getting pretty darn close, I think. Well, I don't think we got much woodworking done, but definitely had a chat, which I enjoy. Today's got a Saturday sort of feel about it. I don't know why. Perhaps because I slept in and it's raining. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good there. That's pretty good there. Then we just got two short bits to go in there, which is no dramas. We can put them in wrong. Now, if I can find my other yeah, that's a nuisance about the router. Things I really wanted to do that today, but I'm just looking to see if I've got a lot of different holders here. I'm just seeing if I can find I might have to. Where'd that router go? Oh. Ah. Okay, hang on. I'll just try. Might be another setup there that I've missed. Let me go and have a quick look. Got him! I got him! Those ones I bought down, they were for the DeWalt. And the Black & Decker ones are slightly different size. Oh, that works. Where's the one? I know I'm slack. It did have Yeah, no, it's dried out. You're right, I should have sprayed water. There we go. Ba-da-dum-bum. I would like to hear what you call your tools and what the cut is. I'd like to hear what you call your tools and what the cut is. Which ones in particular, James? This is a rebate cutter if you're talking about router bits. Hey Steve, where in Vic can you get birch ply? I get it from a place called DMK. Have a look up DMK. Mr. Plywood used to sell it, but I don't know if they do anymore, but I get mine from DMK Forest Products, so check them out. Oh, well, thanks, Cape 6. I used to be on Twitch, but seeing I already had a good following on YouTube, I switched over. And to be honest, my cameras cost possibly a bit more than what the average Twitcher pays for their camera gear. But there you go, I appreciate you noticing, thank you so much. But I tell you what, I learned all about, I learned all about Stream Decks on Twitch and a few other things which are really, really good value. Been looking at all the timbers and they look at my but well, there you go. Well, either that, they give Jim Carroll a ring at Carroll Woodwork Supplies, CWS. Tell him you're talking to me and ask him. He might be able to help you. Is that like, no, this is where are we? No, this is just an old router they don't make anymore, which is a pity because it's a nice router. But I picked up 3 of them second hand, and then I bought 2 DeWalt's, which have got a 3/8 chuck on it. This is a 1/4 inch chuck. And this is the seat for a chair that was, oh, look at that, just made it. Good fit. No, I found them. They're hanging up next to the ones that I bought back. What do you think of blonde wax shakes and which company to use? Without doubt, send me an email, I'll send you some. I prefer Libron. In fact, I think, oh no, there's another company there, but Libron do de-wax blonde. I use it a lot. Drop me an email if you like, Louise, and admin at woodworkingmasterclass.com.au, and I'll have a chat to you. I'll give you my phone number and tell you what you can do and which stuff I prefer and why. But yeah, my preferred shellac is Libron. It's just getting a little bit of a catch in there, but that should be all right. Hey James, I've said g'day, haven't I? James Long. I'm sorry I stepped into a master. There's not much mastering going on here, I'll tell you at the moment. What I'm trying to do is fix this rocking chair here, which I bought for $35. And as you can see, the seat's gone. So what I'm endeavouring to do is build the seat up with timber again, and then won't be this stream, but I'll put new rattan wicker seat in it. What I'm doing using this is to build up the edges. All this stuff here is basically going to get cut away, but I just need this shape on the inside of the swab so I can route what I need in there. Oh, in there. That's better. I have a great-grandfather's wooden spoke shave where the blade is... I have great-grandfather's wooden spoke shave where the blade just wedges in the handle by way of 2 prongs. How do I dislodge it to sharpen it? I would say if you could send me a photo, again, if you like, send me a photo on Messenger on YouTube or on Facebook, or send me a photo to admin at woodworkingmasterclass.com.au, and I'll have a better look. But I would say, if that's the case, you've got the prongs holding this in, tap it with a hammer on this side, the opposite side of where the throat is, and it should come free. But if it's been on there for a while, give it a squirt with some WD-40 or something or other, might loosen it up a bit. It depends. Planes, these things up here, they're easy enough to adjust. I can show you how to do that. Thanks, Max. I don't know about that. I'm old enough, but I don't think I'm infant enough. Yeah, I'm using a carbide bit. Yeah, no, it's still a router, but it works this way. Now, what I've got to do, now I've got those bits, I've got to take out all this waste around here where it's been broken. So, I don't know how it's going to happen. I really don't know how we're going to go. Actually, I tell you for what, I reckon I could do it that way. But if I set this up on a router table, no, it's going to be too not enough. Oh, I know what I can do. Here we go, we'll improvise. This is an improvised router table. I'll put it in the vise. There you go. It's the thing I like about this particular style, you can do things like this. I want to block that so it's not going to tilt. So it's an improvised router table. There you go. Done. Look at that. Okay. Don't try this at home, folks. So I'm going to improvise this as a router table. If I can just get a little bit more packing under there, I'll be more happy. There we go. So that's solid. It's not going to move. It's a rebate cutter that I'm using with a bearing. And what I want to do is clean out all this muck in here to a set level. Bring that up a bit. Just a little bit too deep for what I want. Try that one. Get these spaces right in here. There we go. Should have stuck with the depth that I had, I think. Oh, that's good enough. Oh no, we'll do a new one. There you go. We'll go down a bit deeper, it doesn't matter. That'll do. Okay. So the end result of that is I've got a nice, clean rebate all the way around now, so it's not jagged. Oh, well, that was fun. So now I'll read some chat. If you're not familiar with using a router, do not do what I just did. It's perfectly safe, but if you're not used to a router, it can be a little bit daunting. Okay, now this fits in here quite nicely. And this one too. So there we go. Okay, where are we up to? Oh dear. No, look, honestly, there's nothing. Gee, in the shop I used to work in, if you had moulding steel with this type of router, it's got a flat baseline. You'd have someone holding that whilst you're using that as a mini router table. And what I had in there was chocks, so it didn't rock and it was held firm. So it is perfectly safe. But as I said, you've got to know what you're doing or you can get into a bit of strife. Okay. Now, I'm going to just shape this so it fits in there a lot more accurately. And then I'll glue this in, cut it out and then glue it in. And then again with a small 5mm router bit, I'll router this track in there again. And then it's a simple question of getting the, whatever you might call it, the cane, the rattan seat, then pushing the cane in with some glue, hammering it in a couple of brads, and the seat will be fixed, which is very, very good. So I'm happy with that. Look, yeah, I guess you could. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we see? Where's a... Well, let's try a hand router. There you go. The first cordless router. The main thing for that was to get it straight and as even as we can. Just trying to think. There you go. Put that in there. That can go there. That can go there. Oh. Put a hole down there. And that's not going anywhere. You can get the old woman's tooth. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. And if you haven't got power tools, well, you might have to revert to hand tools. This suggestion was that T-bone. I reckon that's top idea, mate. I know it gets a bit boring me banging on about it, but this is the biggest problem I have with innovations that are coming up that are brilliant in their concept, but I don't agree with them in as much as the bad habits. I mean, there's a particular saw on the market that if it touches flesh or grounds out, it will drop the saw within, you know, a very short space of time. I have seen it where it hasn't. But what it tends to do is get people complacent with the machine. Oh, it doesn't matter, I've got, I won't mention the name, but I've got this particular saw and it's safe, yeah? And you have bad habits because you're confident that if you do have a mishap, you're not going to hurt your fingers. And then all of a sudden, you go to a friend's workshop that doesn't have that particular brand of saw. And because you've got some bad habits, you get injured because you weren't thinking safety. I mean, bottom line, safety starts and ends with you. I don't care how many people say, oh, you should have this, and you should have a lot of things. But you've also got to be responsible for your own well-being, because when push comes to shove, you lose a finger. It doesn't matter who you blame, you're never going to get that finger back. And I welcome the opportunity of doing this by hand, because it just shows, you know, the various things you do and you don't need these big flash machines for a lot of work. I like them, don't get me wrong. Some of the machines that are around today, I love them. They're great. But I can also do work if I haven't got them. And I think that's the sad thing. I think we spoke about this on a previous stream. That, you know, CNC work and everything, look, it's great. It does a good job. But if you haven't got any power and you've got to get something finished, you can't. Whereas if you've got the basic skills of using hand tools and something goes down, well, you can get yourself out of a lot of trouble sometimes. Okay, look at that. I can't get that off. There you go. Started with a router and finished with hand tools. Now if you look at that, it's got a nice rebate all the way around and it's level. So what I can do now is pop these in. So you sit in there nice and flush. Which is good. And I might glue those in. Now where it doesn't meet on the sides, like there, that gap, that's fine, doesn't matter. Because I've got to put a 5mm rebate all the way around for the cane to sit in. And now what I will do, I've got that there, I can draw on the inside. I'll leave it a little bit fat. And again, I can take that off with a router trimmer. So we'll just go and cut these two on the bandsaw, glue them in, and then I'll do a little bit of prep for veneering, and that just about see us out, I think. Let's go with the bandsaw. What have we got happening for chat? Gee whiz, what are we up to? Oh, I've been ignoring you, I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, T-Bone, your prayers are appreciated. Oh, dear. Yep, old school's away. Yeah, look, it's good, Dennis. I love the 71s. I actually have the Veritas equivalent up in another workshop, but yeah, nothing wrong with that. And this one's a 71 and a half. Says he, hopefully. It doesn't have the arch bit at the top. And then that's a 271. That's the baby of the family. Oh, not the absolute baby. It's the baby of the Stanley family. And that's a 71 and a half. If you want to see the absolute baby, I'll show you if I can find it. There you go. Oh, there it is. There you go. That's the real baby. There's the cutter for it. I use that when I'm doing lutherie work, making musical instruments and what have you. It's just a joy to use. It's a Veritas one. Let me just put that in there, or I'll lose it. There we go. Done. Oh. All right. Where are we up to? 71. I wish I had a hand router. Oh, I think they cost so much nowadays because unfortunately collectors are buying them. And they, they think down the track they're going to be worth more. And it is sad that collectors buy and takes it out of the hands or the affordability of people that actually want to use them. But I guess that's just the way the world goes. Yeah, you can make one. In fact, Benno, a chap that watches me from Sweden, he sent me a photograph of one that he made out of an Allen key. You can make them out of an Allen key quite easily. I don't know about easily, but yeah, they're good. Yeah, that's the name of it, but I wasn't going to say it. Oh, that was all right. I'll bore you again. I was in a woodworking competition once, and what it was over a week. You were given 6 super feet of timber, and you had to build a piece of furniture in front of the public where there was a wire mesh separating you and the public, and you had to just work and build furniture with people watching you. I was the only one that was all hand tools, and everyone was giving me a heap of stick. And then when it started, everyone went for the machines and blew the circuits in the auditorium we were in. And they actually asked me if I'd stop working because no one else could work and they thought it was unfair, so yes to them too. What I could say, every action has a reaction. It's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, I think you got that right. Yeah, actually, I've got a CNC that Theo has in his place. It was an X-carve from Inventables. And look, it's a great bit of gear, but I I couldn't wrap my head around, I think the software program they use is Easel. And Theo's brilliant at it. That's why I went up and got these. Those of you that missed it, where is it? There you go. I'm going to put resin in these. This is for the music stand. That's Theo's music stand. So, you know, he did that on the CNC and that. And yeah, look, it's great, but, I don't know. Give me a carving chisel. And I can't do it as well as the CNC can, but I think I can do it quicker. Looks like those. Well, there you go. Yeah, those little ones, Dennis, they're Veritas. So, all right, 700, you reckon? Whoa, that's it, I might make a profit. Yeah, no, it's for the dear wife. Let's go over to the bandsaw and I'll cut this out. Oh, and then we'll glue it in. And then my day's complete. I definitely feel a coffee coming on. I'm not worried about having this super accurate because I'm going to clean it up with a profile router bit. This is what you've got to do when your blade's too big and you can't get those nice radiuses. Hack it out a bit. That's one down. Okay, that's that. Oh. Can go in there. It can go in there. We'll glue those in, clamp them up. Have I got the right way? Goes that way. So put the glue on the right side. Sand the dags off. They're getting away. I want to take up the wood turning shed. We'll do some stuff up there. in the coming weeks. It won't be on the Monday one. I think the Monday stream I want to keep down here because I enjoy it. There we go. I can sit in there like that. Oh, take the dags off this one too. Whereas that, what I've done today, definitely not fine woodwork, but it will show you how you can repair things that obviously this person was quite happy to throw this away because the seat frame had gone. With a little bit of thinking and ingenuity, you can fix it up. And just for the record, I've never done one of these before in my entire life. But it's just a matter of sitting there and thinking, well, what do I need to do? What's missing? Okay, there's broken bits of timber, so that means I've got to put some timber in there. And we'll do that bit in a bit. And then you just think, well, what's the best way of getting it in there? I prefer using plywood in this situation because of the strength it's got, whereas solid timber, you would find you possibly would have to have several bits to keep the grain structure going the right way. So you're not running short grain where you should have long grain. No, it's not playing the game, okay. If at first one clamp doesn't work, you go to a different system. We'll use these clamps. There you go. Works just as good. The thing about that glue that I'm using, it doesn't take long to go off. So that's good. I'm getting another 4 of those. It's interesting, we've only got 3 here. Better have another one somewhere. Got to be another one somewhere. There we go. That'll hold that. And then I'll come back and put just some straight bits in there where I've, there and there. But before we go away, I'll prepare this cylinder for wrapping the ebony around. Again, this is, I've used the gluing process before, but I've never tried this rotary way of doing it. So it's going to be interesting. All right. I might have this a bit thinner than I normally do. So I want it to spread well. There we go. Okay, I'll have a chat before I start, because once I start, I've got to keep going. Yeah, look, it depends, T-Bone. A friend of mine, Terry Gordon, who makes these gorgeous wooden planes, they're labour intensive. It's all done by hand. And honestly, I can't see how he's making money out of them, selling them for what he does. But he's got a good process, and that's what you're paying for more than anything else, is the labour. Not so much the timber or the steel, it's the labour that goes into it. But there's some good second-hand ones around, I'm sure you can find. If you want to use an Allen key, bend out, hang on. If you want to use, this is duck, if you want to use an Allen key, bend the bend out some. The hand routed blades are not at 90 degrees. Specs will show you all when done with the bandsaw. Oh, okay, aren't they? Well, there you go. I thought they were. I'm pretty sure you're absolutely right. They're not. Look at that. Oh, you learn something new every day, Ducksworth. Look at that. I thought it was. But there I was, mistaken. But there again, I'd never given it a thought, so I couldn't be mistaken if I didn't know. Well, thanks for that, Duck. That's... Ha ha! That hurt. Where's the knockometer? There you go, look at that. They are not at 90 degrees. They look it, but they ain't. Where's the Colin Clinton square? There you go. There you go, what's that? That's got to be 60 degrees, maybe. And we'll do it with this one too. Just so that we've fair dinkum. Yep, there you go. Well, aren't you the clever one, Mr. Duck? I guess the reason for that is not being at 90 degrees, you're not marking your job with the sole and there's less friction. I'm sticking by that one. What time is it down under? I'm looking at the clock. In fact, I'll show you the clock. There you go. Whatever that is. 12:34. 25 degrees, 40% humidity, which is rubbish. Because when you walk outside, it's like 60% humidity. But I've got the air conditioner on in here. I spoil myself sometimes, I do. Okay. Let's go. Now this is hide glue. And I'm coating it. Ew. That's revolting. I'm coating it onto this so I can veneer it later. That's a new batch of hide glue too. Oh no, must have been something just rotten on the brush. There was something horrible on the brush. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I will rough it up again. and give it another coat. Put some more water in there, I think. And the same to the veneer. And then tomorrow, I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I might iron it on tomorrow. There you go. Make sure you don't get any runs, because you want it to be smooth. Or any of these little black dotty bits, wherever they are, or whatever they are. Got a couple of little cracks which I'll fill up at a later stage with a bit of wood putty. Doesn't matter what colour, because it's going to be covered in veneer anyway. And as I said, the pockets at the top here, I've got a couple of air pockets. I'm not worried about them because I'm going to turn spigots on there, so they're going to be removed anyway. Okay, that's it. I'm pleased Bob's not down here, because he'd be licking this. He'd be thinking he's gone to candy heaven, down at Darryl Lee's or something or other. Dog joy. Oh. Now, where can I put it where the mongrel won't go near it? Ah, this will do. This will do. Oh dear. All right. And I did bring in some other ebony veneer. Let me just. Here we go. This I am concerned about because it's going to curl on me, I'm thinking. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Okay, I'm gluing the underside, which is this side. Okay, and we will see. It is starting to curl a little bit, so what I'll do after I've done this, I'll spray the other side with water. That might even it out a bit. I'm not sure how much I need lengthwise, but I'll just do this one and we'll have a go. I'm quite excited about this. This is, well, apart from the fact that it's going towards making the bed, it's just a new process. And with all new processes come all these new opportunities to do stuff. Okay. So that's not bending too much, but what I will do is spray water on the front side, and it might even it out. With the glue, which it seems to be doing. See how that's flattening it out there? See how it's twisted here? It's got that, if you can see. Oh, it's got a real twist in it here. It's got that twist. But when I spray water on it, it flattens the twist out. So hopefully that will do the job, and the glue can dry and the water can evaporate, and then we're in business. I don't know where to put it. Well, I'll hang it over here. Oh, there you go. The things we do, well, I actually did most of the things I wanted to do this stream, so pretty happy with that. As I said, might not have had enough woodworking in it for some people, but it's all preparatory to doing woodwork. Now I've got that frame done in the rocking chair, we can work that out and put some rattan seat swab in there. That ebony I just done, and I'll show you how to iron that on. What else did we do? Did a bit of the music stand. I was going to do, that's the only thing I didn't do was the enamelling, not enamelling, epoxying. But when it's raining, they reckon don't epoxy. So there you go. March 8th. So there you go. That's about it. It's gee whiz. 20 to 1, it's coffee time. So thank you for everyone that joined in. Thanks for the people that's joined the Woodworking Masterclass channel and they got their little saw blades. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the moderators that have helped out, and thanks for everyone that's joined me, and thanks for the good old faithfuls that are here every week. Really appreciate your company, your input and your chat. It sort of gets me going and gives me a good start to the week. And if you're just lurking in the background and you're not sure, get into the chat room and say good day. If you need any, or if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them if I know the answers. Carl, I hope that helped with the dovetails if you're still there. And I will try, providing I don't get interrupted like I did last week, I'll try and do another couple of streams during the week. But in the meantime, this is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying, remember to keep it sharp, and more importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I look forward to having your company in one of the workshops at a workbench very, very soon. Till then, bye for now. Cheers. I'll just catch this up. See you, Louise. Yeah, drop me an email and I'll talk to you about D-Wax Blonde if you like. See you later, Duck. You can start fixing your rocking chair up now. All right. Bye, everyone.